And a good morning to you. Welcome. It's Martin, Jeff, and the Farmchick coming to you high atop the Eagle Building in beautiful downtown Goodland. Our show is being brought to you by Eklund's First Insurance, Northwest Tech, The Insurance Agency, Goodland Sonic Drive-In, and Elliott's Home Furnishings. Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, it's the Farmchick.
Good morning, Martin.
On my right, it's our Trump du jour, the cow guy.
Hey, good morning, Marty.
And as usual, I'm in the middle.
And I have breaking news for you.
Uh-oh.
Are you
We're
ready?
Start the show with breaking news.
I got
words.
breaking news when I came into town this morning. I turned the corner off of Highway 24, headed west, and I saw trees with buds on them.
Oh.
Elm trees with green that are leafing out green. That is a tree alert. I just want to let you know.
I wonder what the consequences of that are.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to
I
talk
don't
to
know.
Dana Belshie, you know.
I don't know, but it's there at that the campground, you know.
This weather thing is odd. Halloween and trick-or-treating in shorts and
Got up to
different
90
things like
degrees
that.
almost yesterday, or the day before.
Yeah,
it's just wrong.
it's pretty amazing.
I love the warm weather, but I'm not a fan of this fall weather.
And election weather.
Maybe that's why. Maybe hell is going to freeze over.
There is so much hot air getting floated around that it's coming across the atmosphere, and it's all settled down in a big front right here.
I had to broach the subject. This is our last show before the election. Do we want to talk about this, or do we want to just
Blurps. We could do blurps.
blurps?
I think Cow Guy does.
He's chomping.
I want to
bit.
go to sleep and wake up on November 9th. I'm sick of it. Sick of it.
Oh. Now, I get a lot of the Denver stuff, so I listen to a lot of Denver politics, and then I try to, as much as I can, listen to Wichita to get the Kansas stuff, and it doesn't matter which state you're listening to. It's all pretty nasty and dirty, and it's. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great that if a candidate would come out and say, I'm so-and-so, and this is what I want to do, this is what I've done. I respect my opponent, but we differ on this issue. He's a good guy or she's a good guy. We're two good people running for this office, but you should vote for me because. And not because the other
You
guy's
would make a horrible politician.
They said that. Those ads don't work. They don't work. People want to hear the dirt and the slime and the grime.
But who is that is hearing and being influenced by that? Are you being influenced by those ads? I'm not.
No one is.
I'm not. All three of us are not being influenced by it. Why? Who of you out there are influenced by negative ads?
I think there's people who love this. They love it. They love the controversy and the conflict and the confrontation. And I'm not one of them.
I am not either.
I used to think years ago I could do something in politics, but now I know very clearly I could not.
I won't watch a political ad. I'll click away.
Yep.
You know? You probably watch it.
I'm not fast enough to turn the remote, because if I hit the wrong button, then I can't get my DB channel back on, you know? So, but it's getting really old, and it's getting worse. I really think it's a lot worse than it used to be.
Oh, absolutely. Well, this year, when you got the polarizing presidential candidates that we have, it is worse and beyond, you know?
Now, this is my theory on the two presidents. They've got people that are running for president. They're two piles of manure, okay? That's what our choice is, manure pile A and manure pile B. But there is one good thing about manure. When it decomposes, good things happen. So when they're gone, maybe we'll get some good stuff to go on, you know?
You think?
I hope so.
Well, you're a lot more positive than I am.
You got to be positive with this thing. You know, this country's been around for over 200 years. We've been through tough times before. Surely we'll get through this.
I will agree with that. I think that, I try to tell myself either way, whoever gets elected, this country will go on. We will be fine. We will not, what happens when bombs go self-destruct.
Self-destruct.
But it still is just unfortunate that, I said the other day, we might have a first woman president, and there's such a black cloud over that, and that's unfortunate. I'm
a fan of presidential history. I read a lot of books, and I'm trying to think back on, trying to tell myself there have been presidential candidates out there that have been just as, whatever you want to call them, that these have been, and I think it's true. A lot of people don't realize, like Andrew Jackson. If you read about Andrew Jackson, he was loud and pushy and demanding, and he got some things done. He did some terrible things after getting elected.
The difference when Andrew Jackson was in politics, we didn't have the world wasn't such a small place as far as our Facebook and our internet and our 24-hour news cycles.
Right.
I mean, when Andrew Jackson
I'm just trying to
said
compare.
something bad about.
I'm just trying to find presidents who had some kind of a
Right.
character issue or personality issue. Teddy Roosevelt ended up being, I think, a fantastic president. He did some great things. So maybe,
what was wrong with what was wrong with him?
Well, he was just, bully. He was some people were turned off by his personality.
Okay.
But he got elected. He became president because the sitting president died the first time. But he did some really great, I think, in the financial world. He did some things in the early 1900s. So I'm trying to tell myself, whoever gets elected, maybe it won't be as bad, or maybe they'll turn out to be like one of these that were questionable
Right.
in the public's eye when they were running. That's my opinion. Maybe others don't agree with that, but
Well, I think one of the biggest problems with politics is our primary system, because I think our two parties have gotten really polarized. Republicans went way to the right, Democrats went way to the left. You look at the state of Kansas, who we elected in the primary. Cruz was elected by the Kansas Republicans, probably the most far right guy we had. And then old Bernie, he won the Democratic primary in Kansas. I mean, here's Kansas sitting in the middle of the state, a very conservative state, and we went both ways. But, okay, I admit that I'm a Republican, and Jessica over there, she's a good Democrat. But the problem is, we're both moderate. I'm a moderate Republican, she's a moderate Democrat, and we agree probably on 99% of everything.
I would say
okay?
that's absolutely true.
But our parties have been taken over by the extremes, and so it's just crazy. I mean, they won't work together anymore. And see, as far as I'm concerned, I think the election's over with. I think Hillary's going to win. But the thing that I hope for is that the Republicans still control the House and the Senate, and then that the two parties have to work together, and then I think we'll get along okay. I mean, I'm to that point. That's what I hope happens. I mean, if Hillary wins, I hope that the Republicans still control both houses of Congress, and we'll be fine.
And what do you in our pre-show discussions, you suggested what you thought was going to happen if Trump wins.
I don't know. Trump will probably fight with the Republicans more than Hillary would, to tell you the truth. That's what I think. I think he's going to fight with everybody.
I do too.
Now, it sounds like I'm not voting for him, but I am voting for the Republican ticket. It's not that I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for what the Republican Party stands for, that we need to have smaller government, less taxes, less regulations, and that's what I'm voting for. And besides that, I like Governor Pence, who's the vice presidential candidate. I think he's a very good man. And then I wouldn't be able to vote for Hillary because of what her party stands for at the top, because it's gone so far to the left.
But don't you think Hillary, though, he's not like Obama? He's certainly not like Bernie. Don't you think she might come more to the middle if she's elected?
If the if the Republicans control the House and the Senate, I think Hillary will have to come to the middle, and then she could be a good president
if they can all work together.
Yeah. That's
the ticket. There's no civility anymore. Do you know? And there hasn't been through Obama's 8 years. I feel like that, it was very difficult for him and for everyone to work together, and I don't see that. We're not setting up good ground rules. It's just constant battling and nothing civil about it. I tried. My grandfather was a Democrat, a good Democrat, and I try to think what he would think of some of the stuff Donald Trump's come out with, some of this stuff, even with Hillary, just what he would think, and
I think Obama has been the problem for the lack of civility, because he is too far further to the left and won't budge. I don't hate the guy. People despise and hate him. I don't feel that way about him. He's our president, but maybe we have to place the blame on his presidency for this lack of civility and lack of this anger that both sides feel. And I don't know if that's going to go away or get worse, depending on what happens.
I don't know.
I don't either.
It's a big. It's just big pile of poop. That's what it is. Both two big piles.
Nationally and
Of poop.
statewide.
So that's what
as
we
far
got.
as
We
I'm
got
concerned.
two big piles. So,
So-
and that's the way it goes. But you know what, Marty? I'm going to tell you how good Goodland, Kansas is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Friday night, I went to the Goodland Cowboy Colby Eagle football game in Goodland, Kansas. The weather, you couldn't ask for a nicer game. I mean, the weather was just like gorgeous. The Cowboy Stadium is absolutely gorgeous. The food was wonderful. The people were wonderful. And our boys played their hearts out. You know, I've been watching Goodland Cowboy football for a long time, and that was one of the most proudest moments of my life as a Cowboy football fan, is how hard our boys worked out there. It was fantastic. And then Saturday, I come into the Historical Society, had a dinner theater at the
Handy House.
At the Handy House.
Yes.
It was absolutely wonderful. You know, it was great. It was great. Got up Sunday morning. Things were great. Everything's good. So, you know, it's fine.
We
It's a
will
wonderful
continue
place.
on, yes.
Yeah, it's a great deal. And I got to come in and see you guys this week. You know, it's good. It's good. Harvest is over with. Harvest wasn't the greatest one in the world, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad. So,
I'm
good.
Cup half full
I-
over here.
Right.
That's a good way to live, right there.
You're making me feel a little better. Farmchick and I were both bummed out when we first came in to do the show this morning, but
and your Broncos won Sunday,
Yeah.
and my Bears won on Monday night. Cutler looked fantastic. My defensive line was great. I mean, it's going to be fine. The world's going to be good.
There you go.
So-
okay, well, let's end the show. We're only half done, folks.
It's like
You know.
drop the mic right there.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good to be in. I've actually kind of enjoyed things, so it's been good.
That's great. You know, we haven't mentioned that Jeff isn't here.
No, he's not.
Is he out campaigning?
He must be.
I think so.
You know, he's secretly running for president. I'd vote for him.
I'd
at
vote
this
for him
point in time,
too.
you know,
You know, he's got the hair to run for public office.
yeah.
He does.
true.
He has got the hair to run for public office.
I'm going to say Trump does not.
And neither does Hillary.
Yeah.
Hillary's hair used to be a lot worse than it is now.
And they've done major wonders
terrible.
on her. So
Oh my goodness. Now we've really fallen
what
into
about
a place.
eyebrows? You know, you got to pick a person on eyebrows. So,
We've
so next
fallen-
time you look at him, see who's got the better eyebrows.
Well, and the better suits, but I think Hillary shops at Men's Warehouse along with Trump too. It's-
Could be. Could be.
I
Wish I
just
had a little
don't. Yeah,
ka-ching.
I just don't even know where to go with you two.
well,
I really don't.
Since we can't really talk about anything else with this, why don't we do that? Why don't we make fun of their appearances and their
Yeah.
their voice and their personality or whatever?
Oh, there'll be plenty of that. I think the late night guys are having a.
Oh,
Heyday with
Having
either
a
one
blast.
of the, if either one of the whoever wins this election, the midnight after the news boys are going to have a ball with it.
That's Saturday Night Live. They don't know if you've watched any of.
No, I
their,
haven't seen it, but I heard it's really good.
It's very good. They do
Yeah.
a good job. So
It's great.
that's what we got to do, right? Laugh,
Yeah, we do.
I guess.
And we got some other races going on. I mean, this is everybody talks about the presidential election, but when you get in there to the ballot, there's all these other things on there. And we should have really brought a sample ballot in and gone through
Right.
them.
I
Because
meant to
I
do
just
that.
read that we're going to do something on hunting. We're going to vote on hunting. Don't really know much about it.
I don't
I read
either.
an article about that, and all it basically says is it puts in the Constitution that hunting and fishing are allowed in Kansas.
Well,
It doesn't,
That's not in our Constitution.
apparently not.
I suppose they're worried about PETA and that kind of those goofy people trying to
Right.
make it illegal in Kansas. So
Most of the articles I read are editorials that are asking why do we need to do that? But vote your conscience. The one I want to bring up, though, and talk a little bit about is the Supreme Court retention
Yes,
question. We did a show on that last week with local attorneys.
because I think there's a lot of bad information out there.
Oh, yeah,
keep-
there is.
Everything I see, or I think the ads are saying that the Carr brothers are going to be released, or these bad guys are going to be released. That's not true, is it?
Now, county attorney, if you heard our show, the county attorney Mosier went into fine detail about the Carr case and ended it with the discussion that no, they're still in there for life. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to be released. They haven't been released.
So how can they put ads out that say they will? I mean, they really say it. They say they're gonna
Some of this nutty Facebook kind of stuff is split over into mainstream advertising in this year's election, and people are making
I
claims.
think
that
there
aren't
should
true.
be a law that if you run an ad with false information, something happens to you.
Well,
right? Because it's just bad. It's just bad information.
and a lot of people are taking advantage of this, and I can tell you've changed your mind on this.
No,
question.
no.
You're grinning from ear to ear.
No, I think Farmchick's right. I mean, I think anybody that puts out false invitation, we just reach over there and we pull their underwear and pull it clear up to their
Something
chin,
like that.
Pull it over their
Stand
head,
in a line.
You're in trouble. But here's I wish our judges should be above reproach. They shouldn't be influenced by politics. If you have to go to court, I want to know that the judge is just reading the law. If I don't agree with the law, but the law says a certain thing, the judge needs to do the law, the way it's written and the way things are done. And I don't want the governor picking the judges and his turn and all that kind of stuff. I just want them to be selected, that we have the best and smartest judges sitting on the Kansas Supreme Court. And it looks to me like that's the way we're doing it right now.
I think so.
And these judges have come out against our governor.
On school funding.
Only
because they're upholding the Constitution when it comes to school funding.
Don't get me wrong. I support what they did.
They're supporting the law.
They said that his school funding policy is not constitutional. And in my view, it is not. Our schools are completely underfunded. So I think that's a good thing that they did.
And I had a personal visit with one of the Supreme Court justices.
Is one from around here?
My classmate, Marla
Okay,
Luker.
I thought so. I didn't want to say that because I wasn't sure. But
we had coffee at Doc's Coffee one morning, and completely down to earth, and that she's not a radical activist person. It's nonsense. She's a Western Kansan. She's from Western Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated from Goodland High School. So
there you go.
I say vote yes on retention.
To retain them. Yes. Yeah. There you go. We're putting out our political opinions.
Which is good. That's what's great about America. We can do that. We can say what we want.
Yes, we can.
Well,
and once again,
there's so
we
much,
can still be friends, right, Cow
That's
Guy?
the way it's supposed to be.
We can still talk and disagree and be civil and go out and have coffee and dinner together.
Right.
It does not have to be that it's so. You speak about Facebook and this stuff. It's so hateful.
Yeah.
It's so hateful, and
it's so ridiculous.
That's why I refrain from.
I scan over them.
I'm on there and I look and I'm positive, but some of this hateful stuff, yeah.
They call me a stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never write anything, but I just read everything.
Well, because there's lots of good stuff about it. You want to see the pictures of the kids on Halloween and the stuff about senior night, but you certainly don't want the rest of it. So,
my granddaughter was riding a Great Dane.
That was one of my favorite costumes.
Yeah.
It really was.
Dressed up as a jockey, and their dog is a Great Dane. Of course, looked like a little horse. It was the
I
cutest
loved
thing I ever
everything about that dog.
I don't. I wouldn't want a dog
That
like
Great Dane?
Because it's kind of like those two politicians. There'd be big piles everywhere on your yard.
Well, that's true.
So I wouldn't like that.
You just got to pick them up.
He's the sweetest dog you ever saw. It's amazing how huge dogs like that, or animals of any kind, can be so
loving,
gentle and sweet.
Yep.
And so yeah, and then I got to see my other grandkids out there in Burlington dressed up as cops and robbers.
Uh-huh.
And that was just adorable. So
I had a unicorn.
That's what Facebook is to me.
Yeah.
That's the good part of Facebook. Right. That's good.
Halloween's kind of over at my house a little bit.
That's right. That's just your least favorite.
I don't enjoy it. I never have.
Give us a little summary about how Halloween went for you.
I sat at home and answered the door, which was nice because I never used to get to do that when I have to take my kids out trick-or-treating. So I didn't mind that so much, but I don't like the scary ghoul stuff. This whole clown thing that happened a few weeks ago traumatized me. It traumatized me. I did not like clowns to start out with, and this whole idea of like looking out your window and a clown's running through your backyard. No. And now that I put that out there, I swear if someone was listening and does something to me, I will. I'm looking at you.
Well, now
I'm looking at you.
Do you know this was all put up by Burger King?
Yeah.
because he got Jared thrown in jail. He got Ronald McDonald put away because of the clown thing. So he's waiting for Wendy to have a sex scandal, and then Burger King will control it all. So it's all done by Mr. Burger King.
And you read that on Facebook, right? That's where you read that.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good one.
That was good. That was really good.
No, I don't like scary things, and I don't like clowns. And so Halloween, no. I could skip right over it.
I was so tempted to try to find a clown mask and hide behind the door when you came in.
See what
this
I
morning.
mean?
And I just couldn't find one.
Here's the best thing about Halloween is I do enjoy Ellen DeGeneres' show during Halloween because she spends the whole month sending people through haunted houses.
Oh, yeah?
And it is the funniest. If you have any time to laugh, she sends her friends through haunted houses and tapes them. It is the funniest thing you've ever seen.
I don't like scary movies. I don't do as good as scary. And I committed one of the ultimate do not do things when I first got married. When Marcia and I got married, we moved down to Manhattan to K-State. And so the first night there, we had a trailer house. Get there, I said, let's go to the show. I took her to Amityville horror movie.
The Amityville Horror?
Yes.
Oh, that's
and then we
terrible.
went back to our brand new house. I mean, we've never slept there before. And I mean, we were up all night. And I was getting up and checking the closet. So we don't do good at with scary movies. No,
I
just
don't.
do
I
it.
don't know that I've ever really watched a real scary movie. I just refused years ago. Nope.
I can't do it either. I watched the Amityville. I read the book when it first came
I
out.
read the
Yeah.
book.
That creeped me out so much I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep either.
So the scary
Hey,
thing.
one of the scariest books ever is In Cold Blood, true story about Holcomb, Kansas.
Yeah.
That's one of the scariest books ever.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one called Communion that came out in the early 80s, and it's a guy who truly believes there's another dimension out there, and there are people, scary people, and maybe aliens watching us all the time.
No one's ever heard of that one, Martin.
Look it up.
Is it
I
an
haven't heard
old
of it.
movie? Is it a black and white movie?
It never became a movie. It was just a book.
Oh, a book.
I don't think it became a movie.
Okay.
I read the book. It was about the same time that the Amityville came out.
Right.
And it was creepy. It was.
See, I
creepy
prefer
book.
movies if they're going to be scary. I like scary, like Silence of the Lambs. That's not
I've
like
never seen that.
blood. You have never seen Silence of the Lambs?
Just because I hear it's scary.
Well,
I don't
it's
wanna
not
watch
blood and gore jump out and scare you scary. It's more like suspenseful. You'd like it. You need to watch it.
See, I like James Bond, but my all-time favorite movie is The Hunt for the Red October.
That's a great movie.
I watch it every time I can.
Alec Baldwin.
I like those movies. Yeah,
The Russians.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
it's a great movie.
And what happened in that movie? Enemies became
Friends.
friends.
You know, it works out.
That's that's very timely, sort of.
Well, yeah.
I
He
made the
defected, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made the mistake one night, dark night.
Just like Trump and Putin, friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They'll be buddies.
Had to get that in there.
You got one in on me.
The movie The Blair Witch Project.
Oh, that was a scary one.
I turned that on one night, dark, everybody's gone to bed, and it was starting to really creep me out, and then a painting on the back behind my chair fell.
Uh-oh.
I turned that thing off.
Yeah.
I still can't explain what happened there. I don't know.
Well, it was a Blair Witch
It
in
was
your
a-
basement,
it was-
obviously.
I never understood what that movie was about. It was all shaky. It made me almost throw up, because it was shaky.
That was the big thing about that movie. It
Right.
was like from one camera or whatever. Yeah. No, I don't do scary movies. Let's move on to Thanksgiving, which is one of my favorite holidays.
That's coming around the corner.
Now that it's November.
couple weeks. Also Veterans Day before then. is
Right.
coming up. So.
And then Christmas. And there you go, 2017.
So there was somebody taking a poll on TV about when to put up decorations for Christmas. Let's take a little poll.
You have to wait
here.
till after Thanksgiving.
I would agree.
Do you believe before before Thanksgiving, after or during Thanksgiving, or December?
No, you can put them up the weekend. We usually put ours up the weekend of Thanksgiving
That's
because
when
we're all home
most
and we're
people
kind
do.
of around. So they usually get put up that Saturday or Sunday of Thanksgiving in my house.
My pet peeve is those who take decorations down on December 26th.
Yeah, no, I leave them up till Epiphany because I'm a good
Right.
Catholic, like as you are.
We do too.
So it's got to be there till we take ours down after stock show. Because we go to stock show, and when we get
I
back
like
from
that.
stock show, and when we come back and take it down, which is the middle of January or
Right.
so.
Yeah.
That's when we take it down. And actually, I'm going to tell you another story. I did not take my Christmas tree down this year. until 97 days after January 20th.
Now, why is that?
I got a really good reason. My one grandson was born on January.
Oh, right.
Really? And so we didn't get it down because we was at stock show, and then I lit the Christmas tree every night until my little grandson came home from ICU.
Wow.
And that's what I did. Every night I lit the lights until he got home.
I love that.
And he got home. And now he's big. He's a big boy now.
Good. That's
So that's what we did
that's
every
a
night.
good reason
That's
to
why
do
we left
that.
it up for, because he was in the Wichita for 97 days. And then he got home. We took the Christmas tree down.
That's a great story.
That's a perfect story.
Something,
You need to write. You know what you need to do? You need to write that down for your grandson
Well, probably I should.
in somewhere.
Actually, my granddaughter stayed with me while he was in the hospital, and we wrote a book. And I've got to bring it in. I want
that's
to be
right.
I want to be a guest on your show
An
with my
author.
new book.
Hey, that's an idea.
Yeah, I got the book here.
We'll have an author, a true author.
It was
on the
written
show.
by Ron Schilling, illustrated by Kaylin.
I love
So-
that. I want to see that.
So.
And I think I vaguely remember what the title of it is. Can you tell
It's
us that?
Sparkles the Show
Sparkles.
Heifer. Yep, Sparkles the Show Heifer.
Sparkles, the show.
And we
heifer.
just wrote all this thing through there, and so I got to get it done.
You got to get it published so that
Yes,
you can.
I wanna
we
be
can
a
all
published
have it.
author, you know.
Yes.
So that's on the Christmas tree thing. so.
Perfect. Well, actually, now that we were talking about Christmas decorations, I think I'm going to go tell the chump to put our lights up now while the weather's like this.
He didn't have
That's
to turn
not a
them
bad
We
on.
don't
idea.
have to light them.
So not a
But
bad
but
But
idea.
while the weather's like this, let's get those lights up. Good idea. He'll be
Yeah.
thrilled that I spoke to both of you.
Is he off the combine yet?
He is. We
Okay.
finished about a week ago.
So nobody drives by my house, so we don't put up all those lights. But I went and got those little things that shine onto your house.
Yeah.
They didn't work too good.
Ours didn't either. We did the same thing.
The TV, it looks really cool.
They
but
didn't work at all.
You got them up there.
We
and they
get,
didn't work.
we got one of those, and I thought it worked great. I'm going to get another one from the
Well,
north side.
Maybe
of the
you
house.
paid for the more expensive one. I think
No, I
the
got
chump
you,
bought the
you,
cheap one.
You told me
Yeah,
which one to get. And
I got it up
that.
there, and I thought it was kind of cool. But I'd shut my lights off at night in my living room, and the little lights would come through my window, and I could see them on my walls there.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody went by my house could see my lights.
Yeah.
You can't look at them. You can't shine them up so an airplane can
Yeah, I
sit
heard,
by them.
I heard that.
Especially at my house.
Mine fall
Right.
over in the wind.
You shouldn't have any period.
I shouldn't any.
Yeah.
One year we put those blue LEDs on the top, not on the top of our house, on our house, and I was worried that the planes were gonna.
Yeah.
So anyway, the election's coming up. Everybody go out and vote for the person that you believe would do the best job. But if your guy doesn't win or your gal doesn't win, we still got to remember they're the people that are going to represent us, and we got to get behind them because we want to make this country great again. Well, that kind of came.
I don't
that
like
wrong.
that saying.
Okay,
because
we
we've
want
always
to
been
keep
great.
we want to keep our country good, and we got to support our people that represent us. And as long as they remember who they're representing, we'll have a better government. So
Okay. Get out and vote. I don't think we have to say that this year. Every year you usually have to beg people to get out and vote, but it's probably going to be
My
a
daughter will be
huge,
voting in her first election.
Huge election.
So there you go.
All right. Hey, guys, thanks for coming in.
thanks for
Appreciate
asking
it.
me.
And enjoy the rest of the week. We'll be back here again next Wednesday morning for Martin, Jeff, and the Farm Chick, brought to you by Elliott's Home Furnishings, the Insurance Agency, Northwest Tech, Goodland Sonic Drive-In, and Eklund's First Insurance on Eagle Cable Channel 10, KLOE AM Radio, and the World Wide Web from our Martin, Jeff, and the Farm Chick Facebook page. If you want to hear the show again, you can go there later today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again next week right here.